Can everyone see my screen? Yeah,
Yes.
all right.
Yes.
Right, so my name is Jan Kas. I work for the Belgian Pro League as a football and community manager, or CSR manager. And we did a campaign in the end of last year, 2020, show racism the red card campaign. Peter very well explained the proactive and strong program that it can be for many clubs. But it can also be a strong signal that we can use as football, which is very well known, a lot of media attention. So I'll explain how we tried to do it last year. This was a situation, December of last year, a player of Antwerp faced online racist abuse after a game, after a match. And he reacted on social media, Faris Haroun, and a lot of other clubs immediately responded, which was great. Also, the player, the club, and the other club condemned the online statements very strongly, which is very important, and filed a complaint against unknown persons for this online abuse. Together with those clubs, we and the Pro League created a match day campaign. We informed ourselves with EFDN, and together we created a campaign for the next match day, a national campaign, Show Racism Red Card. Pictures. So yeah, you really get the feeling that all clubs were involved and were pulling on the same string against racism. Campaign on match day 18. It was a national campaign that we did. This means it's across all Pro League clubs in Flanders and in Wallonia. It was with the support of EFDN, of course, which we are a proud member of. That we received, or we asked them for all kinds of material and EFDN cards, so we could provide them in a very short time to all our clubs. We also contacted our media partner, 11 Sports, to support the campaign, which they did. They did very well as well, and made a video report after the match day, but also informed all commentators of games to also explain the campaign, explain what happened, and explain the reaction of the Pro League and all clubs. So before kickoff, as you can see on the image on the right, both captains and referees showed racism red card in a different language, and television commentators, as I said, referred to it live. And on the same time, the clubs posted pictures on social media with the message: racism has no place, not in our football, not in the stands, not on social media, and not in society. That's what we believe also within the league, and that's also what we want from our clubs to also stand for. And we were very glad that all the clubs shared those images, shared or showed the anti-racism cards. So you get a very nice result on game day with a lot of visibility and attention. I'll just give you an impression of different teams. This was also, they showed another card with a team picture before the game. This is Antwerp. Another photo. Just to give you an idea that really all clubs participated, which made it very strong. Of course, it doesn't end there. It was a great action that we very last minute set up, but it's not the only thing that we do. We believe that that football or professional football has a lever to have a big impact on society. We have a lot of attention from the media, so we can use that. We have to use it, but it doesn't end there. So that's what I want to say with this slide: from awareness to action. It's not only showing racism red card and it ends there. No, we have an action plan as well with the league, with different action points already started in 2018. and that we're still taking steps in together with clubs in order to have an action or to have results in the battle against racism and discrimination within our stands, but also in society. What we did in 2018 until 2020 was organizing training sessions for officials, security officers, and stewards in order to help them, give them tools to address racism in stadiums, to report it, to communicate about it. Next to that, there was an adaptation of regulations and organization of information sessions. So together with the FA, some regulations were changed within the club, the club rules actually. Also, we developed partnerships with expert organizations. Like in Belgium, we have UNIA, which is a very great organization in the battle of racism and discrimination that we always contact and try to involve with when we make decisions or we need information on the topic. And also we published a guide on discriminatory and offensive chants. This was really a guide for clubs, people who are involved in football clubs, to give them tools and information onto making their own policy against racism and discrimination, because we believe that from the league we have to give a strong opinion about racism and discrimination, but it's also very necessary that clubs themselves take action and do things like Peter just presented, which we believe is very good. Nowadays, we're not stopping. We're doing some other stuff as well in the battle against racism. This year, we created our own racism and discrimination reporting point. So we worked on procedures and on guidelines how to report. So nowadays, you can report on the Pro League website. It is the goal to also have it in an application in a later stadium. We also have the right way to follow up on it, so it doesn't end when we receive a complaint. You could say it's only starting there. We are also trying to create and implement an alternative approach for offenders. So this is very new, but we want people who are banned from stadiums to also have an alternative approach next to their ban from the stadium, that they really, we try to give them information, tools, specifically for the context of football, before they can return into the stadium, that they don't only receive a fine or a ban, but also learn from something, why they are banned, why we don't want this in the stadium, why you don't do this, this type of actions, and so on. Next to that, we also want to involve the clubs in a proactive program. This will be more about mass dynamics, polarization, the context of football supporters. Where are the limits of what's fun and what's not fun, or we can't allow. For all this, we cooperate strongly with the Football Association in Belgium, but also with government bodies and UNIA, which is the organization I just mentioned. So it's really a united approach in the battle against racism and discrimination. The last topic I just want to talk about is online hate speech. It's something you could say quite new, but very important, which is a growing issue, and it's difficult to address. It's difficult to give sanctions about it, because a lot of laws haven't been adjusted to this type of abuse. Therefore, we are taking dialogues with a lot of different parties, with authorities, with the Ministry of Internal Affairs, with the Football Association, with other leagues. We are talking with the Dutch league as well, maybe to create something together about, for this, specifically for players, for example. But also we're trying to get in contact with the social media companies, try to get a dialogue with them, see how we can reinforce each other, or what we can do together to tackle this issue as well. So it's really a united approach, and it doesn't end with raising awareness, but it was a great campaign, and thank you EFDN for supporting us for this campaign, and thank you for having us here on this webinar.